Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. Today I have a mock review. This is a mock I found on Rebrickable called the Aviator, and it is a kind of a figurine statue style mock. So building scale figures in Lego has been done at a variety of levels, all the way back to the early days when Dagny Home was making large scale models for the Legoland attractions and for promotional material, and that was back when there was just the simple bricks to work with. Today we have many more options, many more detail parts, ways to pose various parts of figures, and even to go down and do detail like fingers and thumbs. And depending on how you can stack different parts, you can actually do facial expressions and features. There's a very talented builder by the name of Eero, who is well known for doing these kind of figures, but in this case this model was not done by Eero. It was done by a different builder on Rebrickable, vir-a-cocha. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but this builder has done some other figures as well. I would say this is probably my top pick out of those available models, and the Aviator here is it's more complex than just stacking bricks, but it does keep things simple. It's just over 300 parts, and there is some posing ability as well, and it is built on a nice little base. So I didn't go piece for piece based on the model and the free instructions that are available, but I wouldn't have been able to get this complete figure without those instructions. So the core of the model is the same, and then I did a few different colors, a few different details on the base and on the face of the figure, a couple different parts in different colors or different prints, just based on what I had available in my collection, but at its core it is the same mock. I'm not going to go into terrible amount of detail about this mock. Really, if it's something that is interesting, I think it's worth downloading and seeing if you can build it from your own parts collection. There are a couple pieces that might be trickier to get a hold of, but nothing that's super rare. And there's a lot of ways that you can swap things around if you don't have the exact parts that are listed in the instructions. A couple of things that I did change just on personal preference would be the belt buckle, so that is not in the original model. And I did do the face quite a bit differently, so that actually got into some of the internal structure of the model, because the face that is offered for the free mock, kind of a different technique. It would be more of a pronounced chin and lower facial features that are emphasized in that model, and for this one I wanted to try just a little bit more of a pointed chin and a flatter face. So the top half of the helmet and the goggles is about the same, but then I had to redo quite a bit of the internal structure of the head to put that different style in for the lower half of the face. But everything else, really follows the core instructions. I wanted to build a little more continuity color-wise into the arms, and so some of these parts that I had might be harder to find. So there's a brown bracket in here. That's a retired color, retired part, so that's not going to be as available possibly. I was actually able to find two. I was kind of surprised I had two. And then other color changes, like in the model these are dark bluish gray, and for my build I went ahead and did with the black for the gloves. And like I said, go ahead and take a look at the parts list first to see if you have enough to start on it, or I know some people will just go ahead and place a Bricklink order when they're starting a project, whether or not they have the parts to do that. So in my opinion, a really nice model, a really nice display piece. It's going to be about 9 inches tall, so it's like on a bookshelf or something. If you have other aviation themes going somewhere, could be a nice addition. There's pretty good techniques actually in the legs here, the way that this angle works out, some technique building, so I won't spoil that here in this review. It's definitely worth building for yourself to see how that goes together. So well done mock, pretty stable. There is going to be a little bit of fragility down here at the legs, just because it's kind of a smaller connection point to get the shaping right. But you know, that's just going to be part of it, and for the rest of it, well put together, holds up pretty well. Just don't throw it across the room or anything. So the, what's it called, Aviator by vir-a-cocha. I hope that's remotely close to how it's supposed to be pronounced. And instructions are currently free on Rebrickable, so check it out. And thanks for watching today, guys.